Let me out of here! Somebody let me out!
All right, listen to me, buddy. Do you want out of the trunk? I'll let you out of the trunk if you stop charging markups. Stop charging markups, I'll let you out. Are you gonna stop? You promise? Look, you don't have a lot of integrity with me. I don't believe your promises. How can I be sure you're not going to charge my amazing subscribers markups anymore? Is there anything you can do to convince me that you're not going to do that? I get that. I get it. You're telling me that, but I just don't believe you. You know what? I think you need to stay in the trunk a little longer. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Today, well, we're going to talk about the Durango, the 2024 Durango. I know, it's like, you can't even write this stuff. Like, I can go to a comedy club and I'm freaking locked out of my car again. That's awesome. I can go to a comedy club and have less funny stuff happen. I know some of you don't think it's funny. By some of you, I mean the people who bought 2021 Hellcat Durango. So let's talk about this. All right, so yes, a lot of you have been sending me the article from Mopar Insider where they found, with pricing sheets that were sent out inadvertently, I guess, that there will be a 2024 Hellcat Durango. And you know, when I was riding around with Max and test driving that Durango, neither of us really knew what was going to happen in 2024, because the perception that we all had was that the Hemi's gone. Now, this tells us, once again, that we need to listen really, really closely to the words that Dodge uses. So when they say the Hemi L cars are gone, yes, they meant the Charger and Challenger in their current form means that something else could be coming, but they didn't say anything about the Hellcat Durango, and they didn't say anything about the TRX, so it looks like both of those are coming back for 2024 with the Hemi engine. And the Hellcat Durango will only have two versions, which is the Plus and the Premium. They're raising the price to a little over $101,000 on the Plus, and I think it's like $106,000 on the Premium. And I think the TRX, go watch Butter Insider, and he does a great video on the pricing changes taking place on the TRX. And those prices, it's funny because the TRX special editions, the Lunar Edition, they're all named after going to the moon, and the prices are going there with them. So then the story is that 2025, the Hemi's completely gone in all the vehicles, and 2025 they'll be doing the inline Hurricane 6-cylinder. So that means that we've got one more year now with the Hemi engines in the truck and the SUV, the Durango. And to the people who were promised, or felt that they were promised in 2021, that was the only year, and that was pretty much what was said, and then they came back and said, just kidding, we're going to do it again in 2023. The lawsuit ensued, which I did a whole video on that. Go watch that one. And maybe there was a chance that, you know, the people would lose some vitriol and anger, and now they came back and said, we're going to do it again in 24, which shows you that lawsuit didn't dissuade Dodge from anything. I mean, they're staying the course. Stellantis is going to do whatever they want to do, however they want to do it. And you know what? As much as I feel bad for the Durango owners who were promised something in 2021, I'm glad the Hemi's around one more year, because even though it's going to be in a ridiculously expensive truck and ridiculously expensive SUV, if at least I want a 2024 Hellcat, I can go buy a Durango. And you know what? That's one car I have not had yet. So if I get the Demon, which so far everything's fine, I haven't heard anything else. Tons of rumors out there that their orders are going to get canceled, they're not going to be able to finish them, but I haven't gotten any notification of that yet. So I'm going to keep holding that car is coming. As long as that car comes, I'm good. But if something were to happen to that order, maybe I just jump right in and do a 24 Durango and pull that trigger and get the premium, the higher end version, because that will be a crazy SUV. 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. I think it's 11 seconds or so, a little more than 11 seconds. and a quarter mile in a huge SUV with all-wheel drive. I've never thought about getting one of those before, but what the hell? That could be fun. So let me know what you think about that. So as far as the anger and vitriol, listen, I get it, folks. The way I got to look at it now is another year with the Hemi. I don't care if they stuck it in a damn Hornet. I would be happy that the Hemi is going to be around a little longer, other than buying a crated engine, actually built in an engine. So I think I personally can forgive them when they extend something that we all love. That is kind of a forgivable indiscretion or screw up or whatever we all want to call it. But it makes me question, what else are they going, what else do they have up their sleeve? So when they were holding back about the Challenger, not saying whether there would be one, wouldn't be one, they were very cryptic in the wording that they chose. Does that mean maybe we're going to hear about something for next year with a Hemi? Because remember, they said this year is the end of the Hemi L cars, end of this chassis, end of this version of the Challenger and the Charger. But if they're still pumping Hemis out, it would stand to reason that why not pump out a whole hell of a lot of them? And maybe that means they're going to put them in something else. I'm reaching at this point. As a matter of fact, I'm simply hoping at this point. Probably it won't happen, but the fact that they're still going to build them, they're still going to put them in the SUV and the truck, makes me wonder if we're going to have some big surprise. And the only reason I bring that up is, could you imagine all these people paying all these markups for these last call cars, only to find out some newer, cooler version of something gets rolled out with a Hemi? Could you imagine that? I mean, I'm just talking, just into thin air here at this point, because 99% chance, I can't imagine that happening. But could you imagine? And would you put that past Dodge? Would you put it past Stellantis and Dodge for 1 second that they wouldn't do that? And maybe that's why they're holding out so long to make any announcements, so that they can sell all these cars for the crazy price increases that Dodge imposed, along with the dealership markups that they're imposing, by saying it's a last. Yet we're still going to have Hemi cars in the Durango and the TRX. What makes us think that they're not going to come out with a car and a different version of the Challenger? Who knows? But if that happens, I will tell you right now, there's going to be a whole bunch of us. I ain't going to be mad, because I'll just get another car. It's what I keep doing. But there's going to be a whole bunch of people out there that way overpaid for their Hemi cars, thinking that the last time they would ever get a Hemi car was this year. And now, well, we already know that that's not the case with the Durango. Some of you may have already known this, and it's not the case with the TRX. Actually, next year, they're saying, is the case. And what would stop them from kicking it down the road again to 2025? Nothing. So I think the biggest point I want to make in this video is to stop thinking of these as collector's items. Stop thinking these as investments. Stop thinking you're buying one of the last things, so you need to hurry up and get it, or else you'll never have one again. Stop letting FOMO get a hold of you, because what we're learning from Dodge and Stellantis now is that they'll change their mind. They'll come out with something new. They'll decide to change what they promised to something else, and we'll be sitting there holding the bag. So understanding that all the rules are out the window, and they're not worried about a lawsuit about the 21 Durango. They're not worried about us being upset or angry. They're worried about making money. And there's no better way to make money under the Dodge brand than with a Hemi car. I doubt they're coming out with one, but wouldn't that be hilarious? I mean, the Durango's coming, the TRX is coming. What if they came out with another car and launched it? Hell, what if they didn't tell us about it till first quarter? I mean, Lord knows that there is no limit to the insanity that can take place at this point. So in the end, my consensus, my feeling is, and I think a lot of you would agree with me, some of you would not, I'm glad the Hemi's around for another year in something. I don't care what they stuck it in. but the fact that it's coming back in the Durango, which has been a great platform for a very long time, nice looking, and I think at this point, since these cars are certainly not collector's cars, the thought of heavy customization and wide bodying and doing all kinds of fun stuff with them makes a lot more sense, considering it's not a one-off, one-year run. You can do whatever you want with that thing, because I'm sorry, but it's not a collector's item. So here's the deal. The people who bought them in 2021 said, well, it's going to be a collector's item, so I'm going to buy it and keep it safe and keep miles low. Well, now the people in 2023 are like, well, okay, this is the last year. This is the last year probably that's ever going to happen. Nobody told them that, I don't think, but we're going to buy the 2023. Okay, great. And then they come out and say, no, we're going to do it again for 2024. And then everybody's going to run on in 2024 and say, well, I've got to have the last year again. We got to stop doing this insanity. We have to. We have to stop doing the insanity. Buy these things to drive them. I have 1,903 miles on this thing. I've had it a month. I think it's been a month. And I'm just driving the hell out of it. And the fun part is, well, I don't even want to say this. I'll probably be selling it when the demon comes. I don't know how many damn cars I could fit in my driveway, which this will make me sad if I do. But if I do, it's going to have some miles on it, and some good, healthy, driven hard, fun miles. That's what these cars were built for, and those of you that are storing them in your garage are doing it along with thousands of other people, which pretty much ends any chance of these things being collector's items and old school barn finds 40 years from now. So get the keys out, get in the car, go do some burnouts safely, and have some fun with these things, because that, in the end, folks, is what they're made for. And let's just squeeze one more year out of the Hemi, even if it's in an SUV, even if it's in a truck. That's awesome, and maybe, who knows, what Dodge decides to do next. But I'm interested, and it's definitely providing for some good content. So with that, everybody, please like, subscribe, comment, stay motivated, avoid the FOMO, don't pay the markups, and I'm going to go find another dealer to stick in the trunk and hold him hostage until they agree not to charge you guys markups. By the way, I talked to the attorney that I told you all about, and next Wednesday we are meeting and we are doing an interview on how he's holding dealers responsible for these markups, and he is winning. He has already great stories how he's winning, and he's taking them to the mat. I mean, it's pretty amazing. So I'll catch you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.